Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Daily Tech Tip. I'm going to kind of be walking you through something that'll become pretty important for us as we're doing distance learning, and that is creating an online assessment. So follow me. We're going to start by presenting, and we'll go from there. Let's jump over to my drive, and this is where our story begins. Um, when we're doing this, what we want to do is we're going to come over to our drive and we're going to click on new. And clicking on new, we will then go to more. And then from more, we will click on Google Forms. Google Forms is traditionally going to be the source that you're going to use for most of your online assessments, just because it interfaces so well with Google Classroom. Now, you'd want to give your form a title so that you can find it later. But the big thing that I want to focus on are a couple of things. First, how do you make it a quiz? Well, right now it would not be a quiz. It would just kind of be more of a survey. To make it a quiz, we're going to click on the settings menu and we're going to go to quizzes and we're going to toggle this switch to make it a quiz. This will allow us to make point values to questions and also allow for auto grading, which is a really helpful feature. Now, normally when we were in the building, I would tell you to turn on locked mode, so then that way it made all students take it on a Chromebook and then they couldn't get to other material. But since we're doing distance learning, you can't do that. Next, if you're doing a simple multiple choice questions or matching or things like that, where it can grade it for you, then you can immediately let them see their grade after submission. But I usually wait because I incorporate a couple of extended responses or short answer questions and things like that. Last, I want them to know what the missed questions were, and I want them to know what the point values were, but I don't want them to know what the correct answers were. This prevents students from being able to share that information out to other students if they're immediately receiving their feedback. When I save that, you'll notice that now it's going to collect their email address and it's going to ask them to put an email address in. This is how I'm going to know who's taking the quiz. If we were taking this in locked mode, it would do this automatically. However, this is going to require the students to input their email address. All right, so here's the first question that's been created. Notice a couple of things. Number one, the type of question, okay? If you're doing a multiple choice, checkbox, drop down, multiple choice grid or checkbox grid, then these types of questions, multiple choice grid is usually done for matching. Multiple choice checkboxes is done for select all questions. You can put in an answer key and Google will grade it for you. However, if you're doing a short answer or a paragraph, you can put in answers for a short answer. However, you may want to double check it in case of things like spelling errors or stuff along those lines. Paragraphs will not allow you to put in an answer. You'll have to manually check those. So when I put in a question, and let's say, what color is the sky? I can then put in all of my options, okay? And, I could put in blue, I could put in green, I could put in purple, or Google is giving me this suggestion. A cloudless sky in the daytime appears blue to the human eye. Last but not least, let me try red. Okay, now to make it gradable, what I do is I click on that answer key. It's going to tell me that this question is worth 2 points. That's because all of my questions are currently set up to start at 2 points. And I want to select blue because blue is the color of the sky on a cloudless day. And then I want to make sure that it is toggled to be required. This makes sure that the student answers it. Last but not least, I want to click on these 3 dots. And this will let me shuffle the option order. This means that every single student will randomly get a different type of order to the questions. If you're writing a question that it makes sense for the questions to be in order, don't use that option. To add another question, all I do is click the plus button, and it will add a question type of the last type of question that I just did. So I did a multiple choice. It will do a new multiple choice question. To change it, I just go up into this drop-down menu, and I can enter in that data. Okay. When you are working on this, you could also import questions from another quiz that you may have created. You can add a title or a description, which will kind of set up a section. You can add an image, which you can reference in the question. You can add a video for students to watch before they are answering a series of questions. And you can break the test up into sections. This is especially important when we go to the settings section and look at presentation, because in the presentation section, we can select this option right here, which shuffles the question order. Okay, once I click save, I'm ready to go. Now, my quiz is currently only worth 4 points, 2 for each of those questions, but I could make it as large or as small as I want to. I hope that this helps you in preparing your material. When you are all done, all you simply have to do is go to your Google Classroom. And I will go to my demo class. And then once you're in your demo class, or in your class that you're going to be posting this assignment to, simply go to the coursework section, click Create, add it as an assignment, and then add it from your Google Drive. Notice, when I put in a Google form and it knows that it is a quiz, it is going to automatically allow me to do grade importing. This is important. I want to make sure that my points match up to the number of points that are on the quiz, in this case 4. I want to make sure that I know what class I'm submitting it for, because I could do it for multiple. And I want to know if I'm assigning it to one student or all students in my class. Lastly, I want to set a due date and a topic, and I'm set to go. I put a title on this assignment, and I click Assign, or I could schedule it. Once I'm ready to go, students will be able to take the quiz, and after they are done, Google will automatically import for me the forms on the assignment. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I hope that you have a great day.